Blog Talk Radio.
What's up? It's your girl, Deshawn Johnson, a.k.a. DJ, here on the #1 streaming radio show, On the Move, Unscripted, living life moving forward. I'm here with my girls every week on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here, we talk about it all. It's real, raw, and relatable. We thank you for your support. Bring some family and friends with you next week. Stay safe and remember to always live life moving forward. God bless.
What's going to another episode of On the Move, Unscripted Ladies Roundtable Discussion. And yes, it's unscripted on purpose, which means that whatever we say, we meant to say, even if we ain't really mean to say it. Anyway, we are back for another week of fun in the sun with my girls. What's going on, ladies?
What's going on in the sun?
Hey.
So we actually have, I just want to, before we start our regular how y'all doing, how you doing type stuff, my sister's on the line, so I want to get her first because this is her first time calling in. So, Miss Nicole Goins-Turner, can you please say hello to the ladies on the panel?
Hello, ladies. Did you just put me on Front Street?
A hard name.
Hello, ladies. How are you guys doing?
Welcome. Yeah, we doing well. How about yourself?
It's lovely. I'm actually glad that I actually get to be on this call, so I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited about baby sisters on the phone. I don't know what y'all thought. Yeah, I had to put you on Front Street. So, all right, then. Now that we got that out the way, sis, I can go ahead and take care of things as usual. So, going to the next person on the list, we're gonna go all the way down. We're gonna because the ladies say I take too long-winded with these introductions. So we're gonna do the introductions quick, and then we're gonna open up the line and ask people to call in and ask us some questions. Is there something about one of us or all of us that you want to know, or is there a topic of discussion that you'd like to talk about? Like, we are opening up the floor, and so you'll be able to call in. And just so you can write the number down ahead of time, it's 516-387-1247. But I'm going to go ahead and do my usual, because you know we got to do things as usual. So the first one on the line, on the list, is Kimberly McKinney, Queen Goddess King Advocate. So how was your week, man?
It was dope. I mean, nothing major has happened, but I will be on my way heading to you tomorrow. How about that?
Hey! You got to Columbus.
Yeah, I'm coming to Columbus tomorrow. I will be there. And I'm looking for us to all be together on tomorrow.
Clear your schedule, ladies. Clear your schedule. Clear your schedule tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, clear it out.
That's what's up. Come on, girl. That's what's up. Okay. You know, I had a little scare because I know you're a massage therapist. So when I first heard about the shootings, I didn't know that it was a certain ethnic group. I just knew that you were a massage therapist. I was like, well, let me call her and make sure that she wasn't in one of those salons. But I'm glad that you are okay. But my heart goes out to all those who lost family members, to that violence.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you checking on me.
The whole Asian community. Because the whole Asian community.
Yeah.
And I'm a little disturbed.
And those are parlors.
So I don't know. Hold on for a second. So everybody, if you're not talking, put your phone on mute except for the person who's talking, because I can't hear nothing.
And I was saying that happened in a parlor. I don't work in parlors anyway, and I try to tell people that there's a difference between masseuse and therapist just by that language, because the masseuse is what is related to the parlor, and the parlor action ain't the same as a therapist. They have a whole different kind of reputation in a parlor. That's when people come in there asking for favors that they know they're not going to get nowhere else. But as a therapist, you won't catch me in a parlor. But I'm glad you checked on me, though.
Definitely, without a doubt. Well, I'm glad that you are A-OK. So let me roll on down the list. Everybody, please put your phone on mute unless you're talking, only because it's a lot of people on the line and the feedback. You won't be able to hear each other. So the next one is, I believe that's Oh, that's Misty. What's going on, Misty?
Hey, everybody. I am fine. My week has been great. I am with the child right now, so I'm trying to get a babysitter so I can come hang out tomorrow. I got told, you pick one or the other day. Either you want Friday so you can go hang out, or you want Saturday so you can go feed the homeless. I'm like, oh, Lord. Lord, you know I ain't got no kids and need babysitting. Here I am stuck. They like, choose which day. But either way it go, all will be well.
You know what, Misty? We ain't going for that okie doke. I don't know. We might have to come help feed the homeless and then go do something. Because I ain't for that. Hey, y'all, we might have to pass out some sandwiches because Misty is not about to get out of that. No.
Right, they told me to pick one or the other. I said, well, hey, the food is already supplied, so, and I don't get to see nobody. I ain't seen nobody yet since we started the show. Right.
Exactly. You said you were child, so you know
it's going to be all, every other Saturday that we do the feeding the homeless, so I might have to skip out on them on Saturday, right?
You said when you say with child, you talking about the baby girl I saw this weekend? You talking about the baby girl I saw this weekend? You might just have to bring it with you. We ain't playing with you, Mister.
Girl, she done took a trip. My daughter took a trip, so I ended up with the baby. She paid me, so all is well. So
you might have to bring it with you because we ain't playing with you. Hey, Kim, we ain't letting her out.
Oh, no,
Marie, we ain't playing with her. Deshaun, no, we will jump you.
I know. I was gonna say I don't want to hear no excuses. If we are well in our bodies and well in our minds, I don't want to hear no excuses or have to work. Other than that, those three, nope.
Right. Well, look, I guess I'll just be sitting tomorrow then, huh?
Okay. Yeah, or bring her with you.
Because y'all ain't about to be jumping on me. Nah.
Something. You ain't stupid out of this one. You don't get this. There's no excuse zone. You don't even get to choose. Who's coming? I don't care. But we have to hog tie you and put you to the truck. You rolling up out of there, baby.
Well, I'll be there. Y'all just let me know when and where.
Rolling up out of there. Even if we got to roll you coming.
We got the hog tie.
You ain't got to keep on doing this. You got the wrong group of girls now. You got the wrong group, baby.
That's funny. That's funny.
All right. Okay. So I'm glad you doing good, Misty, and I'm glad you understand that you don't get to. I'm glad you understand the rules to this outing right here. Okay.
Look, so I don't want no beat down. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm playing with you. All right. So, Marie.
Hey. I'm here.
What's going on, Marie?
Well, I've had a pretty interesting, pleasantly surprised week, and I'm just going to make it short. But a lot of my clients really showed me a lot of love. And one of my clients told me, she said, well, I'm going on vacation in June. I said, okay, well, just let me know so I can let the office know, make arrangements, whoop-de-whoop, get your medication all set up for the week or however long you're going to be gone. And she said, well, I told my dude that I'm not going to be able to go because, my nurse come every day. Long story short, her friend invited me to come along as her nurse. And it's basically like a 4-day vacation. And I'm just like, he's paying for my flight, he's paying for my room. And all I got to do is just do vital signs. And as you know, I'm doing very basic. And I'm like, wow. And at first I declined, like, oh, I can't do that. I don't even do enough. She was like, girl, come with me. It's a free trip. And it's we're going to Hawaii. Before that,
okay.
I've never been. I'm beyond excited. That was such a blessing. I didn't see that coming.
That's Bomb Diggity. That's what's up.
Indeed.
Okay. Look at Aubrey trying to live her best life.
Okay.
That's what's going on. Okay, all right then. So I already hit my sister. So the last one on the list is Deshaun. What's going on, Deshaun?
Hey. Hello, ladies. How is everybody?
What's going on, sister? You know we shine brightly.
That's right. So my week has been just progressing. I'm working on the event. Things are coming together, and got a chance to spend time with family. Had an awesome birthday, celebration. Continue it, had something over the weekend. But all is well. So I feel good, and I am so excited to see my sis tomorrow. Man. Kimberly, and then all of you ladies, too. I'm excited that we get to really actually be in person. And to meet Misty in person.
Finally.
Yeah, because Misty gonna be there.
Finally.
Right, Misty.
Right. Yeah. So I am really
y'all know I don't do clubs and stuff.
We ain't going to
well, we don't.
I'm talking about Deshaun's birthday that where I was like, oh my God, they want to come
right,
home,
and that's
and
what
I had a headache too anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to stand that anyway.
We don't
plan
to be stationary. We don't plan to be stationary. I don't think.
Deshaun, we are trying to get her out the house. Would you not give her like all the information?
Get quiet, right? I got quiet.
Give her a bunch of information.
Okay. That was my
what night is this going down? What night is this? Is this Friday or Saturday?
It has to be Friday because Kim's leaving Saturday morning, and then I have an event Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm texting my babysitter now. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a location. Tomorrow's my busy day, so I will try every attempt to start early. Just give me the location, and I will be there.
All right.
And I'm bringing my products up there too, so be ye prepared.
Yes.
I get to get my stuff.
That's what's up. So I'm glad that everybody had a good week. So my week was the Bomb Diggity because I applied for my passport. I'm so proud of myself.
That's okay. Are they taking it?
I had one before and lost it. So in Georgia, so I had to reapply for one, and I'm excited. Yeah, because I've never been out the country. I have never left American soil.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You're not the only one, sis.
Me either.
Oh, you never left American soil either? Oh, you either?
Nope. And I've had my passport for 2 or 3 years already, been nowhere.
And it's time to go.
Yes,
right.
Indeed.
Time to go.
My sister Nikki, where was the first place you went out of the country?
I've only been out of the country once, and it was actually the Bahamas.
Was it nice? Was it beautiful? Is it as beautiful as they make it seem?
Yes, we actually were supposed to go where we originally were supposed to go, but Bomini is where we ended up being because of the hurricanes, but it was beautiful. Definitely the water. And me and my husband, of course, we rode around in the places we weren't supposed to be. We went into the towns. We was literally on a golf cart everywhere. We weren't tourists. We was in there like we were there. Definitely great. Great event.
Who was that talking? Who was at the Bahamas?
Nikki.
My sister, Nikki.
Nikki, did you have some conch fish? Because you could only get it over there. Did you ever get in there conch? Oh my God! So I
and
really
had to
contemplate. I said, now, is this worth going to jail if they smell the fish in my bag? I just It was some of the best fish I've ever tasted. The most time.
I'm not sure I want to do it before, but it was good.
But I think, ladies, that we could plan a trip not for this year, but for next year, if everybody has or plan on getting there. I mean, and we don't even have to start out of the country. We can just plan a trip. Maybe set up an event where we could do our little show, live. Why not?
That would be awesome.
Yep.
And if you guys are looking for a out of the country trip, we have already been looking to plan one in 2022. But it's going, it's out of the country. If you're talking about going out of the country, and the rates are really, really low.
Okay, so where are you going?
Okay, on the move, unscripted, on purpose, out the country, on a trip. I'm loving that.
12.
That's right.
12 days, so it's kind of long if you've never done it. But
where
now,
is it?
Okay, so it starts in London, and it's over there in like 12 islands. So I have to get the paper, but I read them to Kim, and it's a lot of them.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be on the water for 12 days, though, are we? Like floating on no boat for 12 days, right?
Well, no. So what's going to be kind of probably the airfare is the airfare is going to be up there more than 300. It's probably going to be like 8 something. But once you get over there, I think the first day it may sail for 2 days. I think maybe less, and then it's like an island like every day. It's like an island, and then you may sail back for 2 days, and then you're there.
That's kind of how they did it with the cruise. That's kind of how they did it with the cruise. You're in the sea for a day, and it was so much to do on the boat.
Right.
When you go to the island, sometimes it's like you feel like you kind of cheat yourself, like, wow, it's so much to this island, but you only got so many hours, but you can do a little bit here and there, and then you can, if you want to go back on your own. But, it was pretty cool. So you really don't feel no water and stuff when you're on the boat. I mean, they got casinos, they got entertainment, they got game shows, they got comedians. There's so much to do.
The boat is huge. But if there are a lot other cheaper ones. It's just because of COVID and how that's affected all of the ships that, they're giving you crazy low prices because people are not either traveling, they couldn't. I think they just opened back up in March. So that trip that I just mentioned is like once in a lifetime at that price because that would cost so much. And then really once you pay for that, you don't have to have any, everything's paid for. And in addition to that, there are a lot other, if you don't want to go that long, they got trips for 300, 400 cruises. And that's Carnival. So there's some other ones that you don't have to go that long.
It's going to be a big thing for me to leave American soil. That's just the main thing. So if I got to be floating on some waves and stuff for like 12 days straight, I don't know. But if I, because I ain't never,
Well, I've never been on a 12-day. The longest I've done was 7. But I've never done a 12, so that's a little long. But look at all the places you're going.
Right.
It's like 12 islands. That's crazy. I've never even. It was crazy. I was like, wow.
12 islands.
But then again,
12 islands, and they all like America. 12 islands, and they all like Americans. They all like us. These 12 islands.
Well, see, I ain't never been over there in them countries, so I have no idea what it is.
If they don't,
I've been
stay on
to
the
like
boat.
Mexico and
Sound like
Jamaica and stuff like that. But over there, I don't even know what to expect.
Nikki, what was your experience when you was going into those islands? Did they receive you with love? Did they even know you was American?
Yeah, they knew we were American because, see, where everybody else on the cruise, they went back on the cruise. We stayed on the island for several days. So we were there for several days. So, of course, they got used to seeing us around the island. So we didn't have any problems.
Okay.
And it was like we were family.
Right. And then most of them, you know, that's how they make their living, by selling things, because those islands, they're in poverty, so they sell things and they make a living from people that come in like us.
Right. So they look at.
I'll tell you what.
Exactly who we are.
If the Jamaican food in Jamaica is anything like the Jamaican food over here, I'm gonna be in love. I am not lying. All they gotta do is bring me some oxtails and some beans with some cabbage, and it's a wrap. It's over plantain. Oh my God! I love Jamaican food.
Jamaica would be where to go in to like a resort in Jamaica, so you can really enjoy Jamaica. That would be somewhere to fly to go to and stay for about 5 days or something and enjoy the whole island of Jamaica. Oh my goodness, how Stella got her groove back. Sorry.
Okay. You words out of my mouth. You know, my other dream is Paris. I've always had this fascination with Paris. Like, I don't know why. I just want to go over there and I just want to be able to say oui oui. You know what I'm saying? I just always wanted to go to Paris.
But you know what? It's beautiful over there. I heard that everybody should at least go there once.
Oh, I want to go. I heard it's the city of love. You know what I'm saying? I think the way they talk, so, you know.
Just, you know what would be life? What would be something if we could go over there and go to one of the fashion shows? Man.
Oh, that would be sweet.
I would just be like,
that would be
wow.
Sweet. That would be sweet.
Yeah.
That would be sweet. After all this stuff with Trump, they still like us. They still like us over there too. After, you know, we gotta ask people. After these last 4 years with Trump, we gotta ask people. Now, you still like us?
I know. Okay. Because you just don't know. Can I ask a question? And I haven't watched the news, but what killings took place? What happened?
In Georgia?
Yeah.
Somebody.
I just heard about these people, these killings. I don't know, these women, or I don't know. What happened?
Well, here, like I don't watch the news. If Patricia hadn't called me, and I say, but had she not called me to ask me if I was okay, I wouldn't know what she talking about. But apparently, some young man, whatever, was in a massage parlor, and I don't know what clicked in him mentally to decide that he wanted to start shooting folks. So I think 6 people died.
I think 6 people died. It might have been 6.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I hear from other people.
And see, he went to 3 salons. It's not like he went in one salon and just lit up 8 people. He went to 3 different salons, and they were all Asian descent. And 2 men got shot, but I think they survived. But the 6 women died. You know, the Asian community is different right now.
So this was a black guy that did this, a young black man?
No, this was a young white guy.
No.
He was white. He was white.
A young white. Okay, so when you say when you say a parlor, you mean where prostitution goes on?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that what it was?
Okay.
Make it clear. That's what I'm saying. It's different.
Is that what that is?
From it being a spa.
Hold
if it
on,
was a spa,
I can't hear. It was a sex parlor.
That's what they do at the parlors. That's what I'm saying. You'll never catch me.
When you say parlor, then that's also associated with that type of activity. That's what they do. That's what all that is. It's like a prostitution house where you can go and pay for it and do whatever.
Are you serious?
Like
that's
knew
where
that.
the happy endings come from. That's where the happy endings come from.
I didn't even know those still exist, but I'm sure they do. But I didn't. Yeah, I'm sure they do exist, and especially over there in them countries that we just talked about.
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know.
But
I thought they were just
probably
like
like
massage parlors.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
those
a
over
parlor
there are probably
is
like
different
really
than a spa.
expensive.
Yeah,
The
but
wording makes a difference.
They did say that the young man was going to therapy for sex addiction. You know, so maybe, I mean, yeah, so you can't really pinpoint on because it was an Asian woman. I mean, maybe it had a lot more to just do. I'm sure her ethnicity has a lot to do with it. But I think also by being a woman, you know, and I have to think when he shot at the man, was the man coming towards him to try to be a hero? I'm like, you don't know. I don't know. But the 911
when did this happen?
Dispatch calls were horrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
when did
just
this
hearing
happen?
the fear. This happened the day before. Was it yesterday? Early yesterday, or I saw it on the news yesterday.
So did they kill the guy that did these things, or did he kill himself?
No, the police caught him. No, the police caught him. They said he did a confession that I haven't followed up on it today.
Oh, they shot him, but he didn't die.
I don't know if they shot him. I don't know.
No, he wasn't black. He wasn't black. He was not black, Deshaun. No, I don't think they shot at him. They took him in. They took him to McDonald's first, and then they took him to jail. And I don't think they shot him.
They took him to McDonald's.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know what? That's something. I don't know why I feel that as the weather starts to get warm, it's going to be really kind of dangerous out here. You know, things. You know, I think things are going to start happening based on what's being put out there, and people are going to just start acting crazy.
Start acting crazy. They was already crazy before the pandemic. No, they slowed down, and now it's about to pick back up to normal. Everybody was in their house. They couldn't. Who they gonna shoot up except for the people who they live with? Now they getting out, so now they going back to the way they was before the pandemic. You had to slow down because everybody was on lockdown. You know what I'm saying? You hadn't been hearing about all this craziness because everybody was on lockdown. This stuff was already going. It was going into different department stores and malls, shooting up and all that kind of crazy. They've been doing this stuff.
Well, I'm just saying about what's been in the atmosphere. Like, it's gonna be different. And I was trying to think about where years and years and years ago, I can't even remember how long I was working downtown, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me, and it was like, it's coming a time where it's just going to be dangerous in the spirit realm. And then I looked up the word really dangerous. I know I've heard it, but that's like taking your life. So, I don't know.
I mean,
and
definitely,
and
it's
not
it's
to
spiritual war.
It's but it's not to really be in fear, but it's just to be in position.
They were already doing a lot of stuff before the pandemic. They were already wilding out. People was already shooting up here, there, danger has always been, always around every city, every state, everywhere. It just had calmed down, and you wasn't hearing as much about it because Trump held the news down. Nobody could could do nothing but hear about what Trump and the government was doing. You wasn't hearing about all the craziness, but it's always been there. But now they just shut down Twitter and all that kind of stuff, so we can't hear him. They took his phone from him, so we can't hear him. So now we can go back to hearing all the stuff that was always there before him. He was he's on punishment right now for whatever, the media. I don't know. I thought it was peaceful. First, I was like, "Ooh."
I haven't even heard anything about Trump.
He on punishment right now. The media comes like punishment.
Where is Trump?
He on punishment. He gonna get up a punishment again, y'all. But it's you ever been around? They was bad around these kids. It was bad, and all of a sudden at the State Park, and you always got them ones that's terrorizing everybody, and nobody can have no fun. Then all of a sudden they on punishment. Their mama's put them on punishment. They haven't been able to come to the park, and now everybody like, oh snap! I want that swing! Yay! Everything happy, and then they get off punishment.
What are you talking about, Patricia?
What I'm saying is Trump is on punishment. So that's why you ain't heard it from him.
Don't get our other half to say
She went back to the swing set.
I had to use that analogy for y'all to understand.
Oh, my goodness. And I was actually envisioning that.
So I got a question for y'all. Because I got a question for y'all. And anybody who wants to call in and be a part of our conversation, you can call 516-387-1247. I got to talk about Kirk Franklin. I'm sorry. I got to bring that up. I'm not going to be able to even be peaceful without bringing up that situation. So I don't know if everybody heard that conversation.
I don't know.
So So I had the Atlanta Music Industry Group. I first seen it there. It was just a video. He didn't even show his face. He was just showing. I don't know if he was showing the steering wheel or what it was that he was showing. But his father, Kirk Franklin, was going in on his son. He was going in. He was going in like one on one where he was like ooh, he was cussing and he was just going. His son pissed him off. Bad.
Okay.
Pissed him off bad.
Was this video something that was captured by somebody, or was it a video?
The son put it live. Yes.
No.
Yes.
So then the son took a video, but Kirk Franklin was cussing them out.
He was on live while Kirk was cussing him out. He purposely let it be heard. He wanted the world to hear his, because Kirk Franklin, we all know he's a gospel singer. He's been in the gospel world for years, or whatever. So he wanted the world to hear, I guess, Kirk cussing him out. But my thing is this. You are 33 years old, first and foremost. Why are you recording a private family conversation between you and your dad? That's between you and your dad. And if he cussing you out like that, oh, you a hot mess. You a hot mess. If your parents gets to the point where they laying you out like that, oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Tired of you.
So the son posted it. So the son did it live, but not Kirk Franklin.
No, Kirk Franklin. I don't even think Kirk knew he was being recorded.
That's the
way he was going in.
So it got out.
His son did on purpose videotape, so we can hear it. So we can touch it
on live, so everybody
you need
in the world
people. We are all talking at one time.
But you know what people don't see?
I don't hear nobody.
Kirk Franklin may be a gospel singer, and I truly believe that he loves the Lord. But the world has to understand he is still a human being.
We are all
And it
human. I
depends
just had
on
two
what.
Kirk Franklin incidents.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
because there are going to be people, especially a lot of Christians, that's going to hold him to a higher level of, like, I can't believe this man preaching about God and then cuss his son out. It depends, because your child know your weak spot. And when they want to pull your punk card, they go for the gutter. You know what I mean? And this is the same child that will love you to death. They ride or die, but if y'all, it depends on the level of the argument. Kirk Franklin is a regular man. So if he cussed his son out, I'm sure it was a good reason behind it. I'm sure.
I
wasn't.
I totally agree. But people in those positions that say they represent what it is that represents Christ, your behavior and your actions and your exposure can influence and impact. And it's just like it is. It's just like if you were a supervisor. You're going to be held to a higher expectations in the way you conduct yourself. But they are human.
But he was at his house.
Hold on. I'm going to mute everybody if y'all don't want it at the time, because I can't hear what nobody's saying.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's next? Who's next?
So people are, what I'm saying, I totally agree with you, Misty, in terms of there are people, and they are, but people in certain positions and influence, they're held accountable, and when they either good or bad, they're going to be in the spotlight more so than it would be you or I.
I agree with you 100%. The problem that I'm having with this, because I actually hold him a little bit more accountable. You became very, very blessed by spreading the word of God. But my thing is this. He was in his home. He was in the comfort of his home. It was his scandalous son that decided, well, I'm going to let the world see how my dad really be acting when he get pissed off. He don't go to the corner and pray.
That was wrong.
So
that was wrong.
That was some foul stuff.
That was wrong. That was wrong.
So let me say this. Let me say this, right? Let me just say this. I don't care that he is a celebrity. And let me get this out, y'all, because I don't care that Kirk Franklin is a celebrity. Okay, that's awesome. And it's wonderful that he sings praises to God and that he is able to earn a living from it. But he's still a human being. I don't give a darn. There's too many people who are doing all kind of stuff in the privacy of their home, and then you come out and act like you're some other person and you're not human. Like, he's a human being. His son must have crossed a line of some type.
I bet.
Whoever, can y'all put your phone on mute for a second, and let me just say this. His son must have crossed a line somewhere. For him to cuss his son out the way he did, and the things that he was saying, and you could hear the anger and frustration and festivity in his voice. And his son was really kind of laughing. His son knew what he was doing, so he was kind of like taking it as a joke. And he basically knew that this was getting out. So he was like, yeah, But his father didn't know that he was recording him. I don't think, I feel like, first of all, for you to even do that, that's immature as heck. Third of all, for your father to come at you like that, in that kind of manner, you've been a hot mess for a long time. And a lot of times I think these children, they get this entitlement thing that they figure, okay, when I get to a certain age, I'm grown now and I can speak my mind, I can say what I want, this, that, and the other. But they're still your parents. I don't care. Kirk should have cussed him out. Kirk should have cussed him out, and I told everybody that heard it, excuse me, I'm sorry, this is some family business. I apologize to my son, let it out, but hey, I had to handle my son, and nobody understands my household but me. And the only person I got to ask for forgiveness is God. The rest of y'all need to just keep singing stuff. Keep singing, you know what I'm saying, all my songs that I've been singing, because I never said I was perfect. I don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it does make me wonder.
I agree this week, honey, and I was just sitting there like, hey, I had two Kirk Franklin moments, and what? Like, we all human. Things happen. I did. I ain't gonna lie. I had two of them.
Name one of us on this line who have a teenagers or adult children who have not had a Kirk Franklin moment. Name one. Which one of y'all is little puppy? Which one of y'all ain't never cussed them out? Which one?
I still have them. Mine has never stopped. Mine has never stopped. So, yeah, it keeps going.
Before I'm not on front door, before I be concerned about somebody else's.
The one thing that I will say is this:
but
for Kirk Franklin's son for Kirk Franklin's son to do something like that, that tells me that he's been getting away with devious things. So the question is, was Kirk Franklin still discipline him as a father? Because when you have more, you're able to give more. And there's a lot of adult children whose parents are entertainers, and they're well overprivileged. So did you just spoil this kid his whole life so he felt like anything he expects when he can't get it, he can have a grown-ass tantrum? It does make you think.
Right. You feel like he's entitled. Like, you ain't entitled, boy. Go sit down. Go get your own
Kids
job.
raised with fear.
I'm sure.
Kids that's been raised with fear going to keep their mouth shut, period. And it's just a respect thing. Kids that have that total respect. So for you to have such a lack of respect for a man who's known to be in the gospel community, and you know it's going to have a waving impact on your father, and for you not to give a shit about it, then you are at a very high level of sense of entitlement. At least that's what I think.
I actually concur with that.
I feel like Kirk should have cussed him out even more and told everybody, stay out of my daggone business. This is a family thing. Everybody has those moments. I don't care. People act like. Wait a minute, let me finish. People, I waited till it was silent to start talking. So please let me finish. People think that celebrities are not human beings. They're not regular people. They are. People think, because people are in the church that they don't go through issues. You hear more preaching children coming back talking about how they be getting stomped down and all the things that's happening in their household. People need to get these people off a pedestal and see the reality.
May I say something? Now that nobody's talking.
You got to jump in when the silence comes.
Exactly. First of all, let me say I don't care at all what happened between them. You know, we making a big deal out of shit that don't matter to nobody unless you make it a big deal for yourself. It don't have nothing to do with us. That's one. Two, we didn't go through all of this, or we're making a big deal about him cussing out his son, and because he's in the public eye and people are looking at him a certain kind of way because of the gospel producer and whatnot. But I do recall a time when a certain bishop was being put in the spotlight for raping young boys, and people were defending him. Well, he's the pastor, he's the bishop, this, and we love him, he's our father, and blah, blah, blah. He was being praised and protected, and he's sodomizing and raping boys. But we having a fit because Kirk Franklin cussed his son out, who may or may not have earned the cuss out. That's ridiculous to me. Who cares? One, if his son is recording the argument that they're having, you got to look at the real problem. Is not because Kirk Franklin just so happens to be in the public eye. There is a problem in their relationship already. There's something not right between that father and son that he felt a need to set his father up so the world can see him as imperfect. Something ain't right with that. We need to address that, not whether or not he's human or not, or people are looking at him because he's in the gospel industry. So what? Like you all keep saying, he is a human. Indeed, he is that. But that's not the problem. The problem is he and his son's relationship is fucked up. Something ain't right with that. Period. What is the root cause in that boy's mind that he felt it necessary to expose that? Something else was happening. That's what we need to be focusing on. That's what needs to be concentrated on, because that got to get fixed. All this right now is just another way to show how black families, how black men, quote unquote, ain't shit. We got to stop this. We shouldn't be spreading this junk around. This should not be a conversation. And I don't mean just between us. I mean, period. It shouldn't be a conversation. We shouldn't be blowing this up. This shouldn't be rumored. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be giving all this praise and high energy and glory to this bullshit. We need to be finding out what is wrong with this young man that between he and his father that he felt the need to do that. I'm personally tired.
So I'm sorry. I did that prematurely, Kim. I apologize. So he did get on TV and he did say, or radio or whatever, and he did say that him and his son have been in counseling for a long time. And they've had issues for a while. So you're right, Kim. There is an issue with their the father-son relationship, and they've been in therapy about it. So whatever the problem was that caused them to go to therapy, obviously they're still trying to work. But we have a caller on the line, so I want to bring the caller in. Caller, you have 496 on your number. Hello, caller. You have the number 496, or are you just listening and don't want to say anything? Okay, so I'll put you back on mute. So anyway, that's basically the situation that what's happened is that they have been in therapy, I guess probably for years, since he was a young child. Maybe his father had issues with him traveling or whatever. The only reason why I wanted to really bring it up was because I just feel like This families are human. They go through stuff. You can't see what they like to do in the entertainment industry is they like to when you have a issue happen within your family that they don't agree with, they like to cancel you out. So they like to make it where you know nobody wants to go to buy your music no more. Nobody wants to message you no more. Nobody wants to play your records no more. They want to hurt your pocket. Because you didn't do you've exposed a human side of you that they don't agree with or whatever. And what I'm saying is we're not going to X him out of being a gospel artist and no longer play his music and all that kind of stuff because of a family issue between him and his son. That's craziness because we all go through stuff. Everybody goes through stuff with their kids, especially if you have children and there has been any type of animosity. Everybody's mother, daughter, father, son relationship ain't peachy keen. There's different issues. Sometimes it's mental health. Sometimes it's because the mother wasn't there. Maybe she was on drugs, whatever, and she's trying to get her life right, but the child's still mad. All kinds of different dynamics that we all go through. So because he's a celebrity don't mean nothing. He's still a human being. And, yeah, there's some issues going on in the family, but that don't mean, now he needs to find the unemployment line because nobody wants to buy his music, this, that, and the other. That's what they do with the entertainment industry. They like to hurt your pocket. I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but that happens.
Mm-hmm. And we're helping that situation by talking about it on the radio, by passing this stuff through Instagram.
They're already talking about it.
Shit. But that's what I'm saying. We're adding to it. We're adding to it.
But at least we may be adding to it. But at least we are saying what I was saying on my show. I said I'm not going to stop playing your music. I'm not going to stop none of that because I understand that you're an imperfect person who is praising God. You know what I'm saying? During your imperfection. Like that's like anybody who you go to church, people look at churches
it's like a house for hurting souls. You go there to get delivered. You go there to be among other people. You go there to pray. You go there to go to God with your issues or whatever. You go and you commune together to worship. It's like people make so much more out of a church building, and they put these pastors on pedestals. God, you're supposed to listen to the message. That's all you're supposed to do. Whatever message God gave that person, whoever it is, a singer, a gospel singer, a pastor, whoever it is, you're supposed to listen to their message and use it and allow it to minister to your spirit, and that's it. The messenger is a human being. Why are y'all putting these messengers on pedestals? Why are you judging these messengers? It ain't about that. It's about the message. That's what I'm trying to say.
Understood, but even still, when you're passing along the drama about the messenger, you are still basically doing the same thing that the originator's doing. If you don't want a rumor to spread, then don't say nothing. You don't go and tell somebody.
Well, then if that's the case, we don't need to even have a show about. We don't need to have a show at all because everything is talking about something. Every time we talk about something, we're talking about something. We're spreading a rumor about something. We're playing telephone about something.
That's not the same thing at all. No, that's not the same.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
No, it's not.
If we talk about Trump,
because
we're still talking about something.
Can I tell you? I mean, was that a hypothetical question? You want me to answer it?
Yes,
the difference is we're talking about, because you're talking about this man being a human being. He makes mistakes. He's in the public eye, whatever. People are looking to him to be a certain kind of way. I get it. And how the industry is, how the industry targets people or whatever. They get after their money. They ruin their reputation. They cause them to not be able to be, to basically live the life that they've been, that they've gotten used to living or whatever. It's causing harm to people. It's messing with their livelihood. Spreading this information, be it true or not, causes it's adding fuel to the fire already. Okay, so it got out. It got out. The few people who saw it initially, had it gone nowhere else other than that, it wouldn't be a conversation. It wouldn't keep. We're adding oxygen to it now. Now it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger. It's going to get bigger and bigger to the point where now the industry, whoever's writing his check, is going to say, you know what, you become a liability now. We're going to have to let you go. We can't keep you signed with us. You're causing us to look bad. You're bringing our sales down. You're doing this, that, and the other. Why? Because his son feels some type of way. Because they got a personal problem in the relationship that is or is not being handled properly. That's what I'm saying. There is a difference. We are not, and I'm not going to say we because I ain't in the shit, but people are not helping they're not helping the situation not continue to be a problem. They're helping the problem become a bigger problem by spreading it. That's what I'm saying. Did you see the such and such? Did you see why? Why does it matter? We ain't talking about nobody else's issue or how they dealing with their children. We don't care. We don't care how anybody else is dealing with their children. They cussing them. Ain't nobody talking about me if I'm cussing out my kids. Ain't nobody talking about you if you cussing out your kids. Nobody cares.
But you're also
nobody
not in a public figure.
We are. We are, and it doesn't matter if we are or not. It doesn't matter. That's not the issue. If it comes down to a point where you see that there is something going on between this man and his son, or this woman and her son or her daughter or whatever, then deal with the issue. Don't make it a bigger problem by constantly throwing it out there, talking about it. He did this. Well, if he did that, he must have earned it, and he deserved it. I mean, come on, that ain't cool. Because he is in the public eye, that makes him look even worse. If he is trying to get help, he already said he's trying to get counseling. So for it to be spread out there like that doesn't help him in his counseling even. It doesn't help. That hurts him. It hurts both of them because now they can't even handle their private family issue privately anymore. can't do it.
That is because the son chose to make it a public issue.
I understand, but when it continues to get pushed out, is what I'm talking about.
Let her rebuttal. Let her say we listen to you. Let her say her part.
I mean, it is unfortunate about what happened. It is a family issue. However, once his son, it's not like his son taped it to play it for the family, like this is how that, because the family already know what's going on. But for him to put it on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, whichever live, he put it out there for the whole world to see. So it wasn't a group of people, because there is a massive, mega amount of people that's on Facebook and Twitter. And because he is in the public eye, and because there are a lot of people out there that are Christians or non-Christians that listen to his music, it doesn't mean that, that some people are going to judge him differently, but it doesn't mean that everybody is going to judge him differently. But, it was news, and it was something that I was interested in. But some things that you are not interested in, and then you have to also look at you. You know, you are a therapist. You talk healing. So the most important thing to you was getting to the root, like there's a family issue. That's what we need to be discussing. But that wasn't the most important thing to me. The most important thing with me was like, oh, my God, because, you do see him differently until you realize he isn't perfect. He is a human. Everyone sins, and then my thing is, wow, I wonder why he cussed him out like that. I wonder what the son did. I don't know. Is he really like that? So maybe it's being nosy, but it's being human. I'm being human, and it was news to me, and I wanted to know. So there, and not all. Even I've heard plenty actors on television and on the radio, in person say, all news, good news and bad news is still news because your mouth is still ringing in people's ears. Now, this is some pretty terrible news, but by this time next week, another actor or actress, within 30 days, somebody else is going to do some shit, and he's going to be old news. But it's not necessarily going to hurt him, because I'm sure, being the person he is going to sit down and talk to somebody about it. He may not tell what the family issues are, nor should he, but, he'd probably sit down and talk about it, and I'm going to sit and listen, because I do want to know. Whether it's bullshit to you, it's not bullshit to me. I live a crazy life anyway. So to hear something from somebody else it's just news to me. I like to listen to it. Otherwise I wouldn't watch stuff like different talk shows, or different shows. It's just my point of interest, and I'm interested in what's going on. And that's my rebuttal.
This is why I wanted to bring it. There needed to be some damage control, in my opinion, so that people would understand that this was a family situation, and not to judge or try to hurt Kirk Franklin's career because of something that's going on in the family. So, because at first everybody was like, oh my gosh, because they already try to persecute the Christians constantly. I feel like Christians are always on freaking on trial about something, like and maybe because they say how we are because of our beliefs, and maybe some different religions get offended. But the first time that someone who believes in Jesus or believes in God or who's spiritual, has a human experience, everybody just flips the heck out. And so I just felt like it needed to be some damage control to let it be known, listen here, that's a family situation, you know what I'm saying, and to make it where you understand, because sometimes people don't understand until they can see themselves in that person's shoes. So as to say, okay, don't act like you've never had that experience with your children. So if you can remember the times that you've had that experience with your children, then why would you think that this man over here, this human with whose blood runs through his veins, just like everybody else, doesn't have those issues with his children, and maybe even more so because he is in the public eye. But you're right, Kim. There's definitely something major going on within the family for his son to even want to do that, to even feel the need to do that, to even at 30-something years old to want to expose a father like that. There is some brokenness within the family. But then a lot of us has come from some type of brokenness in our homes, period, point blank. We all got some kind of story, some kind of something. You know what I'm saying? It's in the black community. So I just felt like I wanted to do some damage control. And I just want to tell all the judges out there, first and foremost, don't act like you ain't had that same experience in your home. And so what if he's a celebrity? He's still a human being. And, yes, they got some issues in their family that they need to work out, and more therapy, more, I don't know. Jesus, that's some praying type stuff going on up in there between that father and that grown son. So, yes, therapy and a lot of prayer and all that kind of stuff. And do not judge them. Who are y'all to judge? That was my thing. That's really what I was trying to say. But we can move on to the next thing, because Lord knows if Kirk Franklin go independent because his label dropped him, he's still going to get paid, because he's still going to get, all people still going to buy his music. So if they let him go, that's their loss. They losing out on whatever contract. If they drop Kirk and be like, you know what, you damaged, we dropping your contract, Kirk will probably do flips, because he know he's still going to get paid, because people still going to buy his music, and now he ain't got to share with the label. So it's all good, whichever way. But I just wanted to do some damage control. That was me. He still getting paid. I tell him, listen, y'all feel like I'm damage control, let me go, give me the contract so I can go ahead and get my money straight to my pocket. I ain't got to share with y'all. Shush. Yeah, well, so moving on. That was what I want. I just wanted to do some damage control, and I just wanted to because Christians are always being persecuted. I swear to goodness, that's how I feel. And you may not agree, and I don't even want to go down the religious road, because you know, you and I, me and Kim really get to, the smoke will be filling this damn room if we get down. Go down. So I ain't trying to go down that lane. I'm just saying, I just want to do damage control, and I just wanted to let people know they got issues just like every other, and not even just black families. Please don't think it's just African Americans who got them issues at home, because the suicide rate and the drug rate amongst all white, black, green, yellow is high. It don't matter what the color is. They all got it. The whole world is messed up.
Indeed.
Everybody got everybody. I don't give a darn. The wealthiest man in the world got issues. They got something going on in the family. Something you just don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? Because money don't make you happy. Money makes you content, but only love and peace make you happy. And there's a lot of wealthy people who ain't at peace and who are not happy. Believe that.
Indeed. I think you'll be getting a call in a minute.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Kim, so you wrong. I know what you did, Kim. That's wrong. You done went and got backed up from one of your people in your line.
No, I didn't. I just tell people to call in, because they ask them what the subject is. So I tell them, they hear what it is right now. Call in. I said, please, somebody call in. So,
oh, my God.
So we can actually have a conversation that we're supposed to be having.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord. Number is 516-387-1247. So if you're listening right now, originally we wanted the listeners to call in and ask us questions. Ask us a question about, if you had a question for us. Now, I already know that half people, especially down Kim's line, don't agree with me. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Not necessarily. They might.
Yeah, they nice. Yeah. Uh-huh.
No, they might agree.
Oh, no, I ain't.
They might agree. Okay. To me, it's not about that. It doesn't matter. I'm not looking for anybody to pick anybody's side. I don't care nothing about that at all. It's just, if we're
I'm not talking about
Kirk
Franklin's side. I'm not talking about the Kirk Franklin thing. I'm talking about when we start going down that religious road. That's why I like to go down that religious road. Because when I go down the religious road,
we're not having that conversation at all. Period.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't call me and ask me no religious questions.
Well, they can ask you religious questions because the questions that are directed to you are to you. As nobody else is nothing. You know what I'm saying? If they ask you, then you answer it. We don't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell them, don't ask me no religious questions. Now, what you want to say? Well, I'm just playing. No, but originally we wanted y'all to call in and just see, tell us what you want to talk about. Ask questions. Maybe you got a question for R. Marie, or maybe you got a question for Deshaun, or maybe you got a question for Tim. You know what I'm saying? Or or me, or whoever. Like, you're more than welcome to call in. The number is 516-387-1247. But if you don't feel like you don't want to call in, then just listen. Like the one that's on here right now that ain't saying that. You know what? I think I'm ready for a music break. I feel like I need some music in my life. Do y'all? If we take a music break and come right back. I need to give me something to drink. We're a
little over halfway through. I think it's a good time. I said we're a little over halfway through. I think it's a great time to take a break.
Thank you. That's what. All right, y'all. We'll be right back on the Move Unscripted.
Half the time you didn't wanna pay. You forgot about the holidays. Oh, but now things have changed. Oh, this time you're gonna know my name. The answer is no. I don't wanna try. The answer is you do. The answer is no, no. You and I are through. Remember when I gave you a second chance? But for me, there was no romance. All the days I looked away. Now you're begging me to stay. The damage has been done. My love is like a man on the run. The answer is no, 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 no. The answer is no. The answer is no. Oh, yeah. The answer is no.
I just wanna find you. I just wanna find you. Yeah, yeah, girl. Girl, you and I get to know each other better. Girl, you and I can chill for the night. Wake up like tomorrow, trap like girl, you are mine. Baby girl, when I'm looking into your eyes, I see my whole world. So good together like a chocolate vanilla swirl. Wanna give you the finest things like diamonds and pearls, just 'cause you're my girl. Let's make a special you and me tonight, if that's alright. Don't try to fight it, baby. We both grown and we know what we came to do. Don't put your guard up and try not to hide from me. I just wanna find you. I just wanna find you. I just wanna find you. Can I find you, baby? Overnight, girl, you and I get to know each other better. Girl, you and I can chill for the night. Wake up like tomorrow, trap like girl, you are mine. That's what you do to me, girl. Let's plan this game. From everybody, just me and you. I need a break. I get tired of dealing with the stress, heartache, and pain. When I'm with you, it dissipates and goes away. You always meet me halfway. So ain't no place gotta fly. And I can't wait to be alone with you. No social media, let's leave that all behind. That ain't nothing that you really need. I just wanna find you. Come over tonight, girl, you and I get to know each other better. Girl, you and I can chill for the night. Wake up like tomorrow, trap like girl, you are mine. I'm searching for you, yeah, baby. I'm looking for you, darling. You're always on my mind. I hope you're not hard to find, baby. I just wanna find you. I just wanna find you. Girl, baby, come over tonight. Girl, you and I get to know each other better. I don't mind. Chill for the night. Trap like girl, you are mine, baby.
Wow. This day is finally here. Wow, it's gonna be tough without dog. Nah. 'Cause at some point you get to a crossroad and you have to make a decision. I had to make a decision. When my rural arrived in, kids independent, I'm packing all my things, baby, don't leave. Already knew way back when you lied and said he was your cousin. Decided then when I was leaving, I decided a long, long time ago, packing all my things when it's time to leave.
lovers, it's your girl, Kimberly McCann, a.k.a. Queen Got the King Advocate, and you are listening live to On the Move, Unscripted, On Purpose, the ladies' round table discussion, where we talk about everything. Make sure you tune in every Thursday night at 8 o'clock from 8 to 10, so we talk about whatever you want to talk about. So make sure you tune in 8 o'clock every Thursday, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock p.m. with your girls live on the move, unscripted, on purpose. And remember, whatever you do it on purpose, with purpose.
All right.
All right, we're back.
Or you come back to another episode of On the Move Unscripted. I had to take a break, y'all. I had to take me a minute break. I'm sorry. I know I played one song extra, but during it, I had to take a minute break. So I'm back now. I'm refreshed. What's going on, ladies? And it looks like we have Dr. Storm. Dr. Storm, come on in here and save the day, Dr. Storm. What's going on, Dr. Storm?
I don't even know what's going on up in these parts. What? Sounds like I missed the storm, or am I bringing the storm? I don't know. Let's see what I'll
bring it.
Hello.
Bring it.
Hey. What's up? So wait, everybody in the uproar because Kirk Franklin yelled at his son? So.
That's ridiculous.
I'm not in an uproar. I just want to defend my Kirk. Kirk, like, y'all leave him alone. He all right. They don't go to counseling. They're in counseling now. We're gonna pray for him, and we're gonna keep rocking to his music, and that's just bottom line. Figure it out.
But you know what's funny? They didn't do that with R. Kelly.
Huh?
They didn't do it with R. Kelly. We're so selective on what we do and who we gonna protect and defend and all this kind of shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, Kirk Franklin is a Christian musician, so we got to protect him. But R. Kelly is, or whatever he is. I mean, true enough, he got some other issues, not justifying that at all. You know, and then the bishop who, you know, messed with little boys too. But he got praised because he was a Christian bishop. They praised him for that, not necessarily for the act that he did. But they praised him because he was a Christian bishop. He's in the church. We need to forgive him because he's a bishop. Stop that. So is Kirk Franklin.
Well, I mean, it was different, right?
Because he cussed his son out.
Kirk Franklin
it's ridiculous. I'm not saying that they did the same thing. I'm just talking about as far as them being so-called, I don't want to do it like that, but quote-unquote Christians being in that light, having a certain type of, having that position in, in the public, having a certain type of position in the public. You know, it's just now. It's all this bullshit. I'm just leave it at that. Can we talk about something else? I'm over.
I thought that was the whole point of going to a freaking break so we could come back and talk about something else. So now y'all gonna make me want to take another break. Y'all leave my Christian people up out of this.
You said what now?
I thought the whole point of us taking a break was because we was gonna come back, you know what I'm saying, and talk about, you know, the flowers and the crazy weather or something like that.
Our sister Storm had mentioned it. That's all. So move on. What else are you talking about?
Okay.
Oh, Storm, look, I'm gonna be in your hood tomorrow. You gonna be available?
I mean, I could just tell what time. I can make myself available. When you coming through?
Okay, so I'll let you know when I touch down. I'm leaving like between 4 and 6 in the morning, and I should be around here. Maybe 1, 2, 3, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dr. Storm is not in Ohio.
Yeah, for sure.
Where?
Wait a minute.
She's where? She's not?
Dr. Storm? No, Dr. Storm is not in Ohio.
Oh, I'm in North Carolina.
Girl, stop. Okay, well, I'm going to come around to your way another day then.
Oh.
Kim is coming to Ohio. Dr. Storm, can you roll that motorcycle down here?
Yeah,
man,
yeah, when the weather changes, it's cold. Yeah, like we have snow tomorrow. Shit.
Well,
You say what?
I know, right?
Right.
It's supposed to snow.
It is. No, it's not. I don't think it's gonna snow, but it is gonna be cold, Kim. So make sure you come wrapped up, boo. This ain't Georgia.
We ain't doing no snow, love. I'm trying to tell you, we ain't doing the snow.
I don't think it's snow, but it is gonna be cold. It's gonna be like 20-something, 30 degrees. It's gonna be cold.
Ooh, good God!
Who told
you that? I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's.
My son pulled it up on his phone, unless he was talking about tonight's weather and not tomorrow's weather. What do you think?
Yeah, it ain't gonna be that cold, I don't think.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be this cold. I'm about to pull
my
up.
son was like, my son said, Siri, what's the weather tomorrow? And she said, ooh, it's gonna be a bad one.
It's going to start in the 30s, but the high for tomorrow is supposed to get up to 48, 49.
Oh, okay. So Siri lied.
Man, I just want to know if somebody can tell me how to get one of them stimulus checks so I can go on vacation.
Okay.
You said what?
If somebody can tell me how to get one of them stimulus checks.
Well, you know what? If you go to look, I can hook you up with that. I can give you some information. So for all your listeners, I can actually give you some information on how to apply for these grants. And some of these grants, these stimulus checks, are higher than what's being said, but you have to join. It's not necessarily a secret, but you have to kind of become a member of the elite, if you will, to get the information on how to do it. So if you go to letsgohelp.com, LESKO help.com, get that information, sign up for it as a monthly type thing. It's only $20. He'll show you how to apply, where to apply, and when to apply for different types of grants and get higher stimulus checks and, just things that are not readily available to the public. So that's letsgohelp.com, LESKO help.com. There you go. And they have all types of grants and loans. It's more so he tries to find more of the grants, so so you don't have to pay them back. And that's even with housing grants and stuff like that for people who need some rental assistance, mortgage assistance, even the utilities. They're doing up to 15 months, I believe, with those assistances.
I just want some extra free money. Shoot.
Well, even still, just check that out. I mean, you can use it for whatever you need it for, but just check that out because the money runs out quickly. But there's a list of, it's a list of states and the different counties that are offering, these programs and when you have to apply. Because a lot of them will tell you that they don't have any money, but what's happening is they don't have it yet. So you get kind of a jump on, okay, well, you don't have it yet, but you know it's coming kind of thing. So you can try to get your applications in a little bit earlier, sooner than later, and get what you can get. But definitely check that out.
I want to know about those grants too, Kim. Shoot, I want to know about
those
grants.
Go to that site. Go to that site and become a member.
Good
it's
information.
$20 a month. You can stop it whenever you want to, or if you just want a report, because you can get a report too, and the report will just tell you what's available. It won't tell you how to get it though.
Have you used
the reports? I think they're like $5.95.
So have you used the services and have you applied for any grants and have you got any? Like, are you a testimony to the site?
I'm using it right now. Like I just learned about it a few days ago. So I've been listening to all the stuff that he's been telling. I've been taking notes, and I have reached out to a couple places who have said, like, they don't have any money yet, but it's coming, and it's coming soon. So, yeah, you have to look at the state. So you look at the state and the county. So, like, you can apply for both. So people will think, well, the state of Ohio doesn't have any money. They may not, but the county of Cuyahoga or Summit or, wherever, they might. So you have to do both.
Okay, I guess what you're saying. Is this for, these are grants, so this is something you don't have to pay back. Is this something you can use for your business, for companies, for small business? You can use it for whatever you need it for. It's not It's not particularly a business grant. It's not that. It's just money. They have stimulus checks, that are up to $8,000. Where that's at?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? $8,000 opposed to $1,400 or whatever.
Okay.
So you definitely want to look into how to get it.
I'm just glad that they are doing things to help people, period. I mean, I still will never understand why it took so long for them to agree. I do understand, because the ones who were keeping it from happening are no longer in the position of the same power seat. But it's just horrible to me. It's sad to me that so many people had to lose their homes, and so many people had to suffer all summer long, all through Christmas, all that time. That's just sad. That was a sad period, in my opinion, for a lot of people, for the country at large. That was just horrible. And then to see how quickly they can pass out money now because it's a new administration and they no longer have that power. That makes you look at that whole situation, like that whole party. That just bothers me. So many people suffer unnecessarily. And I'm not even just talking about the virus. I'm talking about losing their homes, not having money, not having food, just a lot. Not qualifying for food stamps, but you still don't have no money. So how food pantries lines down the yin yang, and all the while they up there arguing about sending people some money. Like it's just sad what the country went through last year, but at least it's out there now. So however you can get it, if you're overqualified for one door, find another door. They giving the money out there now, so get it while they still feel like giving it.
Yeah. I mean, sadly, there's always a string attached somewhere, but use the string to not hang your own damn self. That's all I use it for whatever you need it for. Invest it in something else to make more money for you, and put that up. Don't people go out here and they're using stimulus checks or loan money and buying dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? They're getting bigger TVs or ridiculously priced cars that you don't have for 3 months, because then you're going to owe a note. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. They're doing dumb stuff with it. If you're getting this money, use it for what is being given to you for. It's like it's a reason. It's a reason for everything. There's a timing for everything. And if we stop being so stupid, and I mean that, being stupid and blind and greedy and all that, and just really pay attention to the movement, pay attention to the platform, the leveling, the timing of everything, how everybody is affected the same way, and we do what we need to do with what we are being, quote unquote, given, things will they're going to change anyway. There is going to be a major shift in power and economic status. Major. But
there's going to be
paying attention a little harder than others. Say what?
I said, what do you mean it's going to be? It's already happening. The shift stuff.
No, I know it's in process. I know that it's in process, but people don't see it. They don't see it. All they see is, I'm getting this check today. They see people, getting more checks, but they're not utilizing it correctly. They're not really applying. They're not thinking about the timing of them getting it, what they could and should be doing with it, how it's going to benefit if it's applied the right way, because they're looking at the right now circumstance and only right now. You got to look beyond right now and really do something else
in
with
their house. Then they need to be putting it towards what's going to keep a roof over their head.
Right.
I understand that, but while you're doing that, and I understand that, so while you're doing that, more people are also doing things to make money in their house. So while you're at home making sure that you have a roof over your head, consider the fact if you're doing business in your house, that's a write-off. That's a tax write-off because you're operating a business from your home. So that allows you to get other grants and loans because you're operating as a business. That's all I'm saying. Don't just pay your rent and pay your bills and then go use the rest of the money to go do whatever the hell, and then, a few months later you're in the same hole. You still don't have no more money. Use the money to make more money.
Right.
Take care of your business, of course. Take care of your roof, but make your roof your business. Take care of your business.
Right. The only problem is so many people. A lot of people were so far in the hole, waiting for this money, waiting for assistance, that they literally got to use most of it to get to the point where they can invest in something else. If your light bill is way behind, if your rent is 2-3 months behind, $1,400 is just going to get you back to the point where you can put your head. So everybody's not in the same position. Everybody's not.
Right.
Some people were waiting so long for this help right here.
Not to
I
mention,
get it, but this is not the first time this check has gone out either. If you consider that unemployment has been open, this is the second stimulus. They got 2 more already on the books going to open. It's 4 stimulus checks coming. 4 already. They're already on the books. So knowing this and already having had access to however much money was given out during the unemployment.
Wait a minute, you said what about stimulus checks? What did you just say?
There's 4 of them. 4.
Yeah. And we've already got
one has already gone out. The second one is in process. Is going out now. The third one has already. The third one has already been approved, and they're working on the 4th already. So knowing that, take care of what you need to take care of, but prepare for the next time. Because when this little $1,400 run out, you can't sit around and wait to see if and or when the next one's gonna come out. It's got to be a plan in between time. You can, because everybody's on the same playing field. You can negotiate pretty much everything right now. Everything
and
can be negotiated.
I have to jump in really because Kim, I'm just check mark. She is correct, and I have been able to be blessed to have access to everything, and you do have to have a mindset of you got to take care of what you got to take care of, and you got to work toward what you need wherever you need to be. This is an opportunity. Money is everywhere. How long? I don't know, but it's everywhere, from rental assistance to food assistance to daycare assistance to money. And I have had access to everything. And I have been able to do things and put myself in a position. And I need a whole much more because I don't want to owe nobody nothing.
Right.
Nobody. So
it is definitely there.
You do have a choice. You do have a choice. And I know people on both ends really putting it towards your business. There's benefits. There's tax benefits. You got to talk to people that know these things already and that can offer to help. It's like, what do I got to do? tell me how to, you can use some of it. That was a very good point, Patricia, because people are behind on their bills. And they trying to get money to survive. Yep. But it's enough out there. Get it, position yourself, pay whatever you got to pay, and keep getting, because there's more and more. I have never witnessed the government giving out this much money. Never.
No,
this
Lord,
is definitely
what is this?
What
is
this? And then for people that have income, but for people that have income that can get unemployment, I report my retirement, and they don't. It's still like this is even when my tax accountant was doing my taxes. He was like, "You're one of the few because this ain't never happened." I said, "I know people with businesses because it's always been based on your income, and for people that work that still need help or retired that still need help, there's nothing out there for us." But now the government is giving out money like crazy. On top of this, on top of this, of this, and I'm like, where are y'all getting all this money? And God said, just take it.
Yes, it's because we that was the storm of last season. That was the storm of last season, and this is the shift. But like you said, for however long it lasts, you definitely need to be using it the right way. But we already, Kim, you and I both already felt the shift coming. We already.
Definitely so.
I think we was already talking about.
I mean, it kind of feels like the transfer of wealth. Like when I brought that up to my dad, even last year, when I brought that up to my dad said it's already started. The transfer of wealth has already begun. You got to know where you get it. And I was like, wow, okay.
You also have to pay attention, and this is what I'm saying. While folks are, spending this money stupidly and not thinking about it at all, getting things for right now. You have to remember that the economic system is crashing. It's changing. These dollar bills mean zero. So you have to consider when you're getting these checks, this paper, that you need to be converting it into real money.
Okay.
Real money
and that
looks
was
like silver and gold. That's what real money looks like. Silver and gold. So you cannot just think about, I got to pay these bills right now. I got to just make sure I catch up on this right now. Because then what happens when that dollar bill means zero? You're going to be in the same shithole. So turn that paper into money.
Yeah. And
that's what I'm saying. You can take a couple of dollars out of your stimulus and invest it in gold and silver, even if you get one, one share of each for right now. I don't know how much it is, but get something.
Right.
Invest in some cryptocurrency. Get something.
Right. Right. That is the big talk right now. As you notice in the investment part of it, is the coins. That's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to talk to somebody. You got to take some of this money and invest it. You got to. I don't care where you start at. But you got to. I know it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm getting it, but I got to catch up, and then I got to pay off. And then I got to put up, but then I got, but you got to invest some of it in something that is going to turn something, because that's what the talk is on the stock market. I know my cousin that's been wealthy. I mean, that's done good in real estate and has been doing this. He said, my computer, because I guess there is a system that when investors get on, they keep their computers on all day. But that's what they're really doing, is investing in coins and metals.
Yep.
So what we're talking about really is we talk about the dollars and we talk about that, but what we fail to talk about is how to do all of this stuff. We fail to talk about how to change the mindset. Because you can't
you can't just say to somebody, don't go buy those new Jordans, don't go buy your new TV when the mindset is all mucked up. You got to figure out a way to teach people and to communicate with people how to change that mindset, right? Because you got $1,400.
So how about
somebody mentioned what gold is. Gold costs. Gold, if you want to buy a bar of gold right now, you're talking about $1,700.
It's expensive.
That's a great.
It's expensive.
Well, it's an investment. If that's what I'm gonna let whoever that is want to talk. Go ahead.
Nobody was talking with you.
I think they were talking to somebody else. Yeah. They were talking to somebody else. They were just on the air. So go ahead and continue. But you're absolutely correct. Then you got to think, I know a lot of black people that don't know nothing about investing. And a lot of people, especially people who are not used to having money, is not going to just let their money sit on something because, it's still a gamble when they got real deal bills. Because I'm thinking, growing up in school the whole time, no one ever taught me about investment. I've seen my parents I've seen my mother splurge, but I've seen my father put money up, but he didn't entrust investors. He just put his money to the side, hiding away somewhere in a closet. I've seen my grandmother and grandfather invest, but they didn't talk about it. So that's where you have to start. You have to learn about it because we don't know enough, which is why we are way behind. And no one bothered to teach us, which is why we're behind.
So my nephew, who he's so smart, he really is. He's 4.0 through Ohio State University type smart. He is starting this whole thing where he's teaching people or encouraging people to invest. And he advised us to get this book that I'm about to tell you that I purchased. It's called A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market. So for anyone who you're hearing all this stuff about stocks, but you don't know where to start. You're new, like me. You kind of got some information, a little here, a little there, but you don't really know. It's best to start reading about it, researching it, so that you understand, so that when you do invest, you have some wisdom behind what you're investing in. You're not just throwing your money, because you can lose your money too. The stock market is a risky business. So you can invest in the wrong thing and lose everything just as quick as you can gain stuff. So it's good to do your research before you start investing. So anyway, this book is called, what he advised is called A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market, and it's by a Matthew R. Crater. I guess it's pronounced Crater or Crater, Kratter. This is one book that he suggested. He has a few of them.
Spell that last name again.
The book?
Spell that last name again.
Okay, so it's K as in cat, R as in Ricky, A as in apple, T, E as in Edward, R as in Ricky. Matthew R. Crater. I guess it's Crater or Crater. Either A is long or short. It's one of the two, Crater or Crater. But it's called A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market. And this guy, Matthew, is the founder of www.trader.university. That's what it has here, trader.university. And he teaches, he's been in trading for 20 years. So the best thing is, this is where reading comes in. You read to get the wisdom of other people's knowledge so that you can understand. And then you start doing research so that you can understand. And then you invest. Because if you just throw your money, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what's going on, you're going to lose it. The stock market is a risky business. That's what people be jumping out windows over there at New York and stuff, and when stuff cracks, they know things happen. You can lose your money. So be wise with your investments. Yeah, be wise with it. But take care of home. Don't invest. Don't wait. Let me just say this. Don't invest anything until housing is stable, especially if you got kids. Don't be like, we just going to go ahead and put this in the stock market. Take care of home first and make sure it's stable, and then research, use wisdom, and then invest. Definitely invest, but use wisdom. Do research. Get knowledge. Don't just throw your money. Don't just give your money to wolves. Like, there you go. They said we're supposed to invest. What are you investing in? What does that mean? Mm-hmm. Is that a dividend? Are you going to get a dividend from that?
You know what I'm saying? Is that a long-term investment, short-term investment? Like, you got to understand before you just throw your money.
How about next week if we have a financial advisor come on the show and give some lessons, some information on how to invest?
You know, we was asking Patrick that. What happened to Patrick? We was asking Patrick the last time he called in. It's like, Patrick, why don't you give a show? Patrick, if you listening, we still need you, boo-boo.
Okay.
Yeah, but if somebody's listening,
let me know. I know some folks that'll call in for you.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you now. It would be good.
Okay, well,
I think that
somebody.
It would be a nice shift. It would be a nice shift. It would be a nice shift. Okay. We need someone to bring knowledge. So we don't want the roundtable discussion, like Kim said, to only be bringing people down and gossiping and stuff. We want it to bear fruit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We want it to bear fruit. So that's tonight was the first step towards bearing fruit. So that's a book. You can look online and learn about the stock market, when to buy, when to sell, what to buy, what to invest in, whatever. There's people who invested in the vaccination, the vaccine, the different Minerva. But there's people who have. I'm just saying there's different things. There's different things you can invest in.
Stuff like that, you want to be careful because of who it's connected to. That's what, when you say you have to research it, you have to read diligently on who these people are, who and what they're connected to.
Yeah,
because
you
may make a whole bunch of money. You may need that money for bail money, 5 years from now, because they done got connected to some shit. So you got to be careful with who you are investing in or what you're investing in, especially when it comes down to medical stuff. Definitely.
Any stuff, medical stuff, some coins, because you got different variations of
coins,
Bitcoin.
Not so much.
So you got to know.
Not so much.
But you got to know.
I'm saying
which one.
As far as it being connected to anything that could possibly be shiesty. You know what I'm saying?
So
you got to be careful.
So what they
you want to really be careful with the medical industry is all I'm saying. Be careful with that.
Okay, but there's also with the coins. Okay, Kimberly McCann, we got that part. So, but also with these investors who will come and try to sell you these different things, you need wisdom, period. You need to research, period. Because even in the coin industry, they got different variations of the coin. And if somebody tells you a big dream about, put your money here, all these coins is worth and it's only 1 point, because the Bitcoin is big, so they have all these little tiny variations down to the penny. If you get with somebody who takes your money and then you ain't got nothing, you got to be careful, period. Don't matter what industry it's in. I was just saying that there are people who have invested in the medical or in the vaccination or whatever. But you researched. I wouldn't give nobody nothing until I researched and felt comfortable about what I'm doing. Yeah, definitely. So that's definitely a book, A Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market by Matthew R. Crater. And he actually, when my nephew, he's about to go live with his business where he really instructs and gives knowledge to the beginner investors and all that kind of stuff. So when it goes live to the public, I'm definitely going to be sharing the information because we talking about whiz kid right here. This my nephew's smarter than. He's very, very, very intelligent. You don't get a 4.0 through Ohio State University 4 years and not be smart. He's very intelligent. So when he releases it to the public, I'll definitely share it with everybody because it's good knowledge. But we're down to the last two. This has been I feel emotionally drained after this show. My hair all over my head. I feel like I got my hair been twisted around. I'm feeling drained today. Does anybody else feel drained?
So your feelings been involved. That's why. You have been emotionally attacked the whole night.
Is that what that is? It's been one of them kind of weeks anyway. I don't know.
Too much energy.
Too much energy. All right. Well, I need to deflate. I'm looking forward to seeing you, though. Oh, tomorrow we're gonna be. We are family.
Indeed.
Patricia, we're gonna meet over my house.
Huh?
Just meet. I said maybe we could just meet over to my house.
Not before we hog tie Misty to the car.
Okay, so we got to go there like a gang, and we got to pull her up out that house. We need to meet at Misty house then. We need to meet at
Misty house. We ain't playing.
Yeah.
Don't give Misty not. Hey, Misty, you don't get no excuses, boo boo. You get no excuses up in the house. We ain't playing with you.
What time we meeting up?
We love you.
What time, y'all?
We'll talk about it, but you know, it's about. I got like 30 seconds. I love y'all. We'll email you. Don't worry, baby. We come to get you. We come to get you like the long Fridays, baby. Y'all tune in next week.
Funny.
On Move Unscripted on Purpose. Ladies Roundtable Discussion.
Hello, girl.
They tryna figure out why you got me on top. Oh no, that